from a new sponsor, Mountain. Mountain has been with us over the years in different iterations, but they've got a new brand and a fantastic, somewhat new SVP of sales, Eileen Wiens. I think, Eileen, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing great, doing great. Now, I recognize you from doing these virtual shows before in the past, and thanks for being back.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having us, John. We certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. So looking forward to this. We've got, I think you're going to be telling us a little bit about how to reach your ideal customer through performance TV. Is that the gist?
That is correct. I think Nick had a great, some of what Nick talked about was a great segue into connected television. And so I'm going to talk a little bit today about connected television and how we view it as performance television.
Great. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, but I just wanted to say thanks for joining us again. It's great to see your smiling face.
Why, thank you.
And loving the new, well, not new brand, I'm loving the brand. It's kind of fun.
Thank you so much. We're super excited about this. So can you see it okay?
Yeah, it looks great. Let's see. Yeah, you've got presentation mode. I think you're good to go. I won't take any more of your time, and take it away.
All right. Thanks, John.
Got it.
Good morning, everyone. So great to be here. Wanted to say thank you to Media Post for having us. Like you mentioned this morning, I want to talk a little bit about performance television. I know in the previous session, you heard a lot about OTT and connected TV. So wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about, the way that we view connected television, excuse me. So we look at it as like there are two fundamental buckets when we think about advertising channels. One is your traditional TV advertising, think linear and connected television. It's a $182 billion market today. And then we also have the, performance advertising, right? Where we focus on things like social media, think Facebook, an $84 billion business, $107 billion with paid search and Google. And so, we really look at that as performance. And so what we're looking to figure out is like, these campaigns are typically always on. And how can you leverage connected television in a performance matter that is alongside both search and social, that's consistently running? And yet, connected television today has been primarily viewed as a branding, type of media spend, right? So, excuse me. So why hasn't there been more performance solution at television? So a couple of reasons, and John sort of alluded to it. We talk a lot about precise user targeting. That means being ability to target people in their homes, deep segmentation with the ability to target with specific creative. For example, with Facebook, that you're iterating creative every day, and the TV needs to get to that similar place. You also need to be able to build and iterate on creative rapidly with connected television. And then also being able to track alongside other performance channels directly with site analytics from platforms like Google Analytics. And being able to do all of this in a self-serve platform. So we find a lot of brands today want to be able to go in and sort of drive their own, decisions and get their own ROAS, just like Google and Facebook for the performance market and TV at scale. So, if you haven't, so like John mentioned earlier, so, Mountain, we're a performance television platform. We're the first self-serve connected TV platform for brands to drive conversions all the way down to the ID level, right? And this can be accomplished with like 4 simple steps, all in the hands of the user. So you can select, first of all, you can start with selecting with audiences, and we allow for you to select from many up to 80,000 different audience segments within the Mountain platform through our partnership with the Oracle Data Cloud, which through that relationship has access to hundreds of other data providers. And then what we do is we allow for you to segment based on demographic, firmographic, online activity, purchase behavior, device usage, location data, many different attributes that you can drill down into finding that ideal target audience. And this means you'll be able to deliver to a well-defined target your television ads versus, traditionally just going out and buying, a slot on a specific channel. So this is a more sophisticated way in which to do it. Then you can upload your TV commercial. What was interesting in the last session is that Nick talked a lot about, he talked briefly about, they go out and they test, CTV. And he goes, it's become, that it's no longer cost prohibitive to come up with a television commercial. And I think he quoted, he spent, 12 to 15,000 to come up with TV ready creative, but you can upload that creative directly into the platform. Right. And then from there, it's super simple and efficient, just like doing paid search and social. Unlike traditional DSPs, where there's tons of setup and, it looks like somebody said it looks like the inside of a 747. You input your goal and your budget. And then the Mountain platform automates your target performance or your performance target. Then your campaign is ready to launch. There's no complicated setup, and our platform handles all of the bidding automatically. So for example, unlike linear television, where it takes more time to buy, it requires typically a larger budget commitment, it's harder to cancel. The platform offers tremendous flexibility for changes and cancellations. It can be a lifesaver in a business environment that's in flux, as it was, the last 18 months. Making changes on the fly, allows performance marketers to optimize their targeting, timing, and messaging on the results you're seeing in the ads in the market. We serve on blue chip inventory on non-skippable shows. So completion rates of television ads are 97 to 98%. One of the greatest assets that we're seeing is our native attribution technology that's on the platform, referred to as cross-device verified visits, that allows for us to measure cross-device traffic and conversions after TV ad exposure. The way we do that is through IP matching and device mapping at the IP level. And finally, with social and paid search, we want to provide you the digital metrics that you ultimately want to see, because this is performance. Whether the TV commercials run, it allows for you to see where they're running, if you see it on TLC, Hulu, HGTV, and it reports natively on ROAS and reports on the conversions all the way down to the order ID or the purchase, whatever the metric you're looking for, right? So, and what we also have is an integration to Google Analytics, which in real-time attribution pipes into GA and allows for the platform to make real-time buying decisions based on the data. And then also you'll see your CTV campaign attribution alongside your search and social, so you can compare it to all the other performance campaigns that you have performing. And then obviously, want to talk a moment about a customer of ours, Lighting New York. They've got 2 brick and mortar stores in a historic district in New York City. They were out looking for, a retargeting solution that would drive strong and steady performance. What we ended up doing there is we targeted the audience that had been interacting with their website, but was not converting. And so we were able to do that and serve up serve up commercials to just HGTV, Hulu, Oprah, and many others based on it. And we were able to ultimately end up with a 13x ROAS. So it was, it ultimately came down to leveraging Mountain's automated buying technology, using the real-time analysis that we have within the platform to adjust spend, reach, and handle all of the bidding in order to hit the performance goals that you set when you set up the campaign. So this is just one of many different stories that we have, with many of our customers and brands. So just another story. And what I'll do is I'll end up there. So in closing, what I'd like to say is, if you're interested in hearing more, or you're in Austin, I have my VP of Enterprise Sales, AJ Johnson, in Austin this week. And so, feel free to track him down. You can certainly reach us at mountain.com if you have any questions or interested in taking a trial learning more. So, John,
Wow.
sort of whip through that.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. That was great, as always. And Eileen, can you put I know we have AJ here in Austin with us, but would you mind putting your contact information into the chat box there for everyone? Make sure it's set to everyone so that if folks have questions for what you presented here, they can reach out to you, and feel free to put AJ's info in there if you like as well.
I will happily put AJ's info and myself in there.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Congrats again on the rebrand. It's going to be
Thank you
fun.
so much.
And you guys are doing some other things with us. I mean, we're looking forward to having you involved in other shows. So
yeah, we'll see you in Montauk.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, quickly, I just want to apologize. Mother Nature, this wasn't COVID, but Mother Nature took over and didn't allow us to do our retail summit that we were supposed to do in Lake Tahoe, because Lake Tahoe almost burned to the ground. So
yes.
we had to pivot there, and thanks for being flexible on that. But
absolutely. Thanks for having us, John. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
You got it. Yep. Fantastic.